Hi, hello students. Welcome back to Learning Maths with Munesh. In this video, we are going to talk about the most confused part of many of the students, that is algebra. Whenever we have seen the things like alphabets combined with the numbers, we might be feeling weird, right? There are most of you who feel like that. Even myself, in my childhood, when I've seen those things, even I felt very weird. Okay, let us know what does those alphabets mean here. Starting with the meaning, the definition of algebra, it was arrived from an Arabic word. Algebra means reunion of broken parts. Here, the number has been broken into parts and some parts are missing. You all are well familiar with algebra in your childhood, but you have never known that. Can we recall that? Let's see. See, your teacher might ask you like this in your childhood: dash plus 3 is equals to 5. You might answer this question even now also. You have answered this in your heart, right? What is that? What is the answer? 2. How you told that? You simply took a trial and error method, or some of you might use the transpose method. I will come to the trial and error method and a transpose method also, the method of solving sums. I'll come there. So we have said 2. See, again, if your teacher has given like this, 3 into dash is equals to 15, here also you are able to answer the dash is 5. This is in your childhood. As you grown up, things has been changed, and the people started replacing the dash with the variables. Those are called as those lowercase alphabets. Rather than writing like this, they started writing like this: x plus 3 equals to 5. Rather than doing like this, they have written like this: 3 into y is equals to 15. This is the only thing which happen here. Okay, you please don't get bothered about the variables. Okay, this is the only thing. This is the only thing which happens here. You are gonna find the missing terms which you have already done in your childhood. Okay, now I think half of the fear has been gone. Okay, now let's enter into the terminologies and the things used in algebra. Okay, and the first thing which we have to know here is constant. You all know the meaning of constant. What do you mean by constant? A thing which never changes is known as constant. What are the things that never change in maths? Numbers. The value of number will never change. Wherever you go, they are constant. They will be constant. The property of the number will never changes. If it is 2, it is 2 only. If it is 5, it is 5 only. If you are in India, if I say 5, the count is 5. If you are in US, if I say 5, the count is still 5. There's no way of changing in this count, right? So these are called as constant, the thing which never changes. This is the opposite for unchanged thing, change, right? So variable, varying, changing. What do you mean by varying, changing? See, whatever number I will equate to this variable, I will get that number. If I give it as 7, yeah, it will take it. If I make it as 6, it will take it. It will give it as 5, it will take it, right? So these things are called as variables. What we call it as variables. The one more definition for variable is just now we have seen in our previous page, that is unknown thing, that missing thing. Okay, simply we can say it as variable is nothing but unknown terms. What we call it as unknown, which we never know. Sorry, previously, not never, which we don't know. Okay, we call it as unknown term. Okay, combining these variables and constants with mathematical symbols, we have totally four binary operations. What are that? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, right? If you multiply or divide this constant and variables, we call those things as terms. What we call them as terms. See, I have a number 2 and a variable x. If I combine them like this or like this or like this, we call these type of things as terms. Okay, combining constants and variables with mathematical operations like multiplication and division, we call them as terms. Okay, and combining all these terms with plus or minus, we call them as expression. What we call them as expression. This is the only difference between constant, variables, terms, and expression. These are the most basic terminologies which we have to learn before entering into the algebra. Here, if you see, the things are broken into parts. The terms. If you see here, everything is a part. All these parts are combined with addition, subtraction, and here multiplication, and here division. Right? Usually they are parts. All these things are combined. Okay. Coming to the definition, after learning all this, coming to the definition of algebra. Okay, the terms variables and the constants combined using mathematical operations are known as algebra. Okay, I'm repeating again. And the definition of algebra is combining constants, variables, or terms using mathematical operations, then that expression is known as algebraic expression. Okay, algebraic expression. This is the definition of algebra. See, here I am using constants, I am using variables, and I am combining with addition or subtraction or multiplication or division, whatever it is. We call it as algebraic expression. Okay. See, now let us go deep into the term and expression. See, I said 2x is a term. I can even call it as expression too. How? How is it possible? So just now you said if I multiply a constant with a variable or divide, if a mathematical operation is happening between the constant and variable, then I call it as term. Then how we call it also an expression? Because there are some invisible things like plus 0, minus 0, right? Say I'm using addition and subtraction here. Now what can I even call it them as? Expression. So I can call terms as expression also. In the same way, I can call variables and constants as terms also. So term, How, sir? So just now I told the variable and constants must be multiplied with or divide with each other. But I have only variable here. I have constant also. If you see here, every number is always multiplied with 1. What is the result of this one? Again it is x. So if both are equal, if I call it as term, I should also call this as term. The same way, every number is always divided with 1. If both are equal, I can even call, according to the division, I can even call it as term. In the same way, coming to the constant part, here 3 is there. Every number is always multiplied with 1. So, I'm writing 1 like this. We know the value of 1 is in terms of variable, we can write it as x power 0. Anything power 0 is 1. Right. So if you want to know how we got anything power 0 is 1, you can see it in my next videos. So anything power 0 is 1. If you see here, previously it is 3. I converted it as 3 into x power 0. Here I got the variable. So what can I call this as? Term. Since both are equal, if I call this as term, this is also called as what? Term. So variables and constants are separately can also called as terms. Okay. We are not breaking the law. As I said, we are following that. These variables and constants, when combined with mathematical operations like multiplication, like into or divided by, multiplication and division, we can call them as terms, right? I am showing that, right? In the same way, these terms are also called as expression because every number is always added or subtracted with 0. Still, the property of the number was not changed. The property of the term was not changed. In the same way, I can even call the variable or the term as expression because x I can add with 0, I can subtract with 0. Still, it is x only. So, can I call the variable as expression? Yes, I can call it as expression. What type of expression is this? Algebraic expression. It's very simple. There are two type of expressions here. Basic generally, that is numerical expression, algebraic expression. Numerical expression, you all are well familiar with that, but you never know that. Okay, the things which you are, the operations which you are performing on the numbers, those things or those expressions are called as numerical expressions. See, in your childhood you are doing like this: 2 plus 3, 4 plus 5 4 minus 5 plus 1. All these things are numerical expressions. Okay, in the same way, if you have found x in the given variables other than x power 0, okay, or any variables here, just now I gave the explanation of the variable. If you have found anything like this, then you can call it as algebraic expression. Okay, there's lots of difference between 4x plus 5y is equal 4x plus 5y and 4x plus 5y equals to some other number. There's lots of difference. We call this part as expression. When we equate two expressions, see, this is a expression, this is a expression. When we equate two expression, then we call those two expression equated as equation. What we call it as equation. That's a lots of difference between expression and equation. Expression is nothing but combining the terms with plus or minus, right? We call it as expression. Then the equation is combining those expressions with equal to symbol or equating or simply equating two expressions is known as an equation. Okay, we just keep equal to symbol between two expressions. Then we call it as, even this is also called as equation. X equals to 2, yes, this is an equation. Okay, this is about the basic part of algebra. In the next video, we'll be knowing about few more basic things like degree of the expression, standard form, simplified form, and like terms, unlike terms in the algebra part. Thank you.